Hi Scouts, it's Miss Rosie.
Alrighty Scouts, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with our flag ceremony. So I'm going to have Miss Becky hold my Cub Scouts flag. I'm going to have Miss Rosie hold my American flag. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do our Scout salute, and we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our Scout sign, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to say our Scout oath together. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Awesome, Scouts. Good job. Alrighty, Scouts. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our Scout law together. So we're going to say a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Awesome, Scouts. Our word for today is courteous. So it says a Scout is polite to everyone and always uses good manners. So saying please, thank you. You have a question? Raise your hand. People can see that. That is being nice and using your manners. Make sure you're always being nice to one another at all times. So our word for today is courteous. What is it? Awesome. Hi Scouts, Miss Monica here. Today we're going to teach you how to identify different parts of a coin. We're also going to show you how to identify the mint mark on the coin, and we're also going to show you how to play a coin game. In this adventure, you guys are going to be a numismatist. That's a person who studies coins and money. To most of us, coins are just using them to buy things, to go shopping with. But coins have a much more important story behind them. The picture on the coin tells a lot about the country's culture and history. Do you know many things have been used for money? Like salt, for example, animals, arrowheads, and even shells. This is how you would have been paid in the past. Now, today's coins are made out of metal. So what we're going to do is take a closer look at a coin. So the first part of the coin that we're going to talk about is called the bust. The bust is a picture of the person's head. The next part is the legend. It is the main writing found on the coin. Next up we have the field. The field is the background of the coin. Next we have the inscription. The inscription is the writing on the coin. Next we have the rim. It is the raised area around the whole entire coin on each side of it. And last we have the mint mark. It is the letter telling of where the coin was originally made. Now the job of the U.S. Mint is to make coins that Americans use. Coins in the U.S. are only made in its secure, top-secret facilities. Did you know that the U.S. Mint makes 65 million to 80 million coins in a day? That's a lot. Holy guacamole! That's a lot of pocket change. Most coins have a mint mark. This is a letter below the date that tells where they were made. There are only 4 facilities in the United States that make coins and use mint marks. Those 4 facilities are either Philadelphia, San Francisco, Denver, or West Point. So at that coin, you will see the first letter of that state at the bottom of the date. So if it's in Philadelphia, there's a P. If it's in San Francisco, it's an S. If it's in Denver, it's a D. And if it's in West Point, it's a W. The coins that you see every single day and the ones that you use every single day are found and made in only Philadelphia and Denver mints. San Francisco and West Point only make coins for collectors now. Isn't it amazing how much you can learn from looking closely at a single coin? So now that we learned a little bit about where a coin is made and the history of a coin, let's go ahead and play some cool coin games.
Hi Scouts, Miss Rosie here. So what we're going to do is we're going to play some really cool coin games. Now I know a majority of people know this one, where it's called heads or tails. Did you know in professional football, they use the coin toss to decide who's going to do the kickoff? They've been doing a coin toss in professional games since 1892. So each coin has a head and has a tails, right? Back and front. So we're going to flick it and we're going to say, let's see, heads or tails, what do y'all think is going to happen? Ready? Let's decide. Now let's see what it's going to be. I say heads. Oh, it's tails. Let's try this again. Not that way.
Oh no!
Let's do another one. Ready? Heads or tails? What is it going to be? I say tails this time. It's heads. What? One more time. Let's see if I can get it. Ready? Flip. Heads or tails? I'm going to go with tails. Ah, it's tails! I finally got it. Yay! Alright, Scouts, so our next game is going to be the elbow coin game. The way we play this game is that you're going to put your arm parallel to the ground. You're going to get your coin and you're going to put it right here on your elbow. Okay, make sure it doesn't slide off. It's going to slide off of mine because my elbow's kind of round. But you put it on the top of your elbow. What happens is that you're going to move your arm in one quick move and the coin is going to be in the air and you're going to try to grab it. Now, let's see if you can do it. I know it's going to take me a lot of times before I can get it. But that's usually the way it's supposed to go. So, coin on the elbow, leave it there, and you get your arm and you catch it. Now, let's see if you guys can do that at home. Can I do it first? Can I see my elbow? No. No. It just fell off. So my pud's round. No. No. You're gonna get like 1,000 of these before I get it right. Watch. Dang it! I had it, but it went away. Try a bigger coin. Ha! I got it.
Good job.
That was the elbow coin toss, kids. So if you want to challenge yourself, just put a lot of them on there. Stock it. Right? Now you can be like the world record at 328 coins. That's insane. But let's see if Miss Rosie can catch more than one. Ready? I caught one. Now let's see if you guys can try that at home.
So now that we learned a little bit about the history of the coins, can you not see you? Let's go ahead and play a cool, fun, cool coin game.
I didn't even do anything this time.
Why did I do that?
There's a lot of things. A cool coin game.
So in each game,